Get you the morning every day. Every morning.
Ladies and gentlemen, Adelaide's Jody and Hazy on Nova.
G'day friends, welcome to some of the best bits of Jody and Hazy from across the year, and I'll tell you this much for free, we've all aged terribly over the last 10 months.
Yeah. That's what happens when you get up for a year at 4 a.m.
Yeah.
You look 79
Oh
now.
my gosh. Yeah.
Those crow's feet.
Few more greys coming through. Crow's feet, what do you mean? I've got crow's feet.
It's around your eyes, like smile lines.
Jeez.
Nice though, it means you've smiled in your life.
Okay. I just like that you've just gone, you know what, bugger it, I'm just going to let myself go.
Hazy, if I've told you once, I've told you 1,000 times, don't go on a boat in Venice and pull your pants down, right?
Speaking indirectly to you, Kanye West. Shut the up. No, you need to listen.
Kanye, you keep doing it, you'll be banned from every river outlet across the planet.
Yeah. Put it out there. What have you been banned from? And geez, we've got some interesting calls. Some good folks in Adelaide have been up to some really tricky things. We played song to song. As has been quite predictable over the last sort of few weeks, I won. But what came with it was a first.
Not only did I lose song to song, but I lost my balance and I went down like an absolute sacco in the studio. And my ankle's still throbbing, but thank you anyway.
No, you're very welcome. Good stuff. Also, we spoke about a bloke who accidentally swallowed a seed and then there was a tree growing in his lung.
Yeah.
And we said, only in Russia.
Completely and utterly unrelated to the Kanye events in Venice too.
Yeah.
Separate identities, you know.
Completely separated. Let's talk about our boy Kanye West.
I am a god. Everybody says, who does he think he is? I just told you who I thought I was. A god.
Gene, I'm a robot. You cannot offend a robot.
There should be a board of directors that goes through your tweets. Do you think you should have a board of directors?
Absolutely not.
No. Have you regretted anything that you've tweeted?
Nope.
You don't go, maybe I should have thought about that a little longer?
What's the point of thinking?
Oh, so true, Kanye.
Of course, Kanye. So true.
Yeah, that's the motto of this show.
What's the point of thinking?
Well, Kanye West and his wife, in inverted commas, because we're not really sure if they're married or not, Bianca Censori, have reportedly been banned for life by a Venetian boat company following the rapper's recent indecent exposure. So we don't tick that. That's not good.
Sorry.
So we spoke about this in Juice a couple of days ago, and so basically she's sort of not wearing too much and he's sitting on the back of the boat but with his pants a little bit down, and what they were up to, who's to say?
Wow.
But it's got a real not safe for work warning on it, these
Okay.
photos.
Maybe he just didn't want tan lines.
Maybe.
Okay. I'm just trying to picture what's going on here, but I'm trying to pick up what you're putting out there. I'm not quite getting the right cues and all sorts of things.
Well, okay, I'm
You're trying to keep PG, aren't you?
I give up trying to give you cues. It's a waste of my time trying to give you cues.
So he's been banned.
Yeah, so he's been banned. And they came out and said, well, look, the driver didn't know what was going on because the driver was observing everything that was going around and didn't realise until afterwards, until the photos hit the internet with a vengeance, did they go, oh, well, you're not welcome back, Kanye.
Yeah, Kanye, you dirty bird.
And Mrs. Bianca, if that's even your real name.
Yeah, and they're like, Kanye, are you comfortable with this? And he was like, shut the up. I'm like, wow, that's not going to get you anywhere, Kanye.
Wow, Kanye. But you just get the sense that Kanye wouldn't care.
No.
He'd be like, my work on that Venetian boat is done.
Oh, yeah, exactly right.
What's the point in going back?
Yeah.
You can't top it.
Yeah.
So 13, 24, 10, let's do this morning. What have you been banned from somewhere?
Yeah. I got banned back in the day from the Archer.
From the Archer.
Good few weeks.
That's a nice pub.
Yeah, it is a nice pub.
Do I ask, pray tell, what you got up to at the Archer?
Well, I think there was a particular incident where, I'm not sure, I think I fell into a window and I tell you what, windows back then, they weren't made like they used to be.
That window decided to smash itself.
That window, I tell you what.
Yeah.
Also, and just down the road, actually, I'm banned from the Oxford for a little while as well.
Oxford and the Archer.
Yeah,
Two of the best that O'Connell Street has to offer.
Just lift the lid on this as well, because we went back and we said sorry and we paid for whatever and we had to pay for, but we had a little partnership with the football club, and unfortunately I tried to get in a couple of weeks later and I said, no, you're not coming here. In fact, you're banned because we've got vision of you and a mate trying to steal a bottle of ouzo from behind the bar. Oh, I can't even. I'm just a little bit vague with the details.
Do you know the biggest crime here is that you tried to steal ouzo?
I know. Well, we couldn't see.
Of all the spirits.
I know. We couldn't see. We couldn't see. And I'm not condoning this at all. Like, I should have gone to jail. But after we realised what we'd stolen, we're like, Ouzo?
Ouzo?
Oh, no.
This tastes like a licorice all sort.
Yes.
But ingestible form. Yuck.
Gave us the worst hangover of all time, which is kind of like a little message. And then finally, the sing.
Oh, listen.
I think that's been lifted, though.
Is it?
I think I'm welcome back.
Is that only because it's closed down, mate? I don't
has
think
it?
the Sing exists anymore,
The
does
Sing?
it? Does it?
There's the sing
Oh,
closed
still.
down.
Oh, I thought it. Oh, okay.
Oh.
It's still going.
Still going.
Oh, right. Okay.
See you there, Saturday night.
13 24 10. Give us a call this morning. What have you been banned from? We've got that $250 ASIC voucher.
All right. Let's go straight to it. Let's go to Mawson Lakes. Is this Cage?
This is Cage, yeah.
Oh, Cage. What have you been banned from?
When I was, I think, 20, I had a little apartment thing, and I shotgunned a drink with a Swiss Army knife. And I put the Swiss Army knife in my pocket, completely forgetting it was there.
Oh, no.
Tried to get into a club. They pat me down. They called the cops. They're like, this guy's got a knife, this guy's got a knife. And I was sitting there. I was like, what did I do?
What did I even do?
Wow. Well,
And yeah, I got banned.
which club?
The Woolshed.
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 Oh, my gosh. How loose do you have to be at the Woolshed to get banned?
I know.
Oh.
Is that the one with the riding the mechanical bull?
Yeah.
Oh, have you ever done that?
Oh, yeah, I think I have. But I'll tell you what, the amount of Bundy and Coke that's getting around at the Woolshed as well.
Yeah, a lot.
Just fuel for violence.
Oh my goodness me!
All right.
I don't want to judge Cage. There's no judgment on this show. However, if you get banned from the Woolshed, it's your rock bottom, Cage. Let's take this call from Jeff. Hi, Jeff.
How you going, guys?
Good. Where have you been banned from, Jeff?
Well, I know how Kanye feels. I was on a cruise ship, and I got banned from drinking alcohol for 24 hours.
Right.
Yes. They played a certain song on the dance floor. I think it's called Eagle Rock.
Oh,
yes.
We know the drill.
Yeah.
And then you hear the song, and then what happens, Jeff?
I don't know how it happened. And, and the embarrassing thing was that I was... 3 of my grandchildren were there at the time.
Oh, my God.
So Eagle Rock that comes on. How did that even start where you're supposed to take your pants off when you hear Eagle Rock?
I don't know, but that person's got a lot to answer for it, doing it.
Yeah, I tell you
Do
what.
you know how hard it is to have no alcohol for 24 hours on a cruise ship?
Yeah.
Imagine, Jeff.
Feedback from the grandkids?
Well, they all said they're never going on a cruise with me again.
Yeah.
But one is next year.
Right, good on you, Jeff. And I just love that every time Eagle Rock comes on at Christmas, the grandkids are like, oh, God, Granddad,
no.
keep your pants on.
Where's Granddad? They start fleeing.
Where's Pop? Let's go to Chloe. Good morning.
Good morning, guys.
Where have you been banned from?
So I think this needs a bit of a backstory. Me and my friends when we were younger used to steal small things from pubs, knives, forks, things like that you could chuck in your pocket just as a bit of a laugh. But this one particular time, we'd gone to Korean barbecue, had a few too many drinks, and decided to try and steal 5 fishbowl glasses, which, as you know, they're quite large. They're not easy to hide.
Yep.
Had a bit of an altercation with the owner and got kicked out and banned.
Yeah. It was a good decision, wasn't it?
Yeah, fantastic. We did end up with 1 glass, so, little cheeky glass from there.
Yeah, nice souvenir. It's good.
And Chloe, were you really indignant with management? Like, they're not your fishbowl glasses, they're ours. We brought them with us.
I was like, look, we paid for the drink. The glass should come with it. It's so expensive.
I don't think it works like that. Genuinely don't think. Katie, good morning. Where have you been banned from?
Good morning. As a grown adult, I've been banned from mowing my own grass.
What do you mean? What's happened?
So I offered to mow the grass for my husband one day, doing a really good job, took the catcher off to get all the grass out. Now, I stupidly thought, when the lawnmower stops, it must be in neutral, right? And I've taken the catcher off and I've seen a big clump of grass still in there. So I've just put my hand into where the catcher comes out to get this big clump of grass out. My husband has somehow seen me, yelled some very choice expletives across the backyard and has saved all the tips of my fingers.
Oh, my God, Katie.
Yeah, so I am now officially banned. I can't even look at the lawnmower in our house now. I'm banned.
Wow, it's an interesting way to get yourself banned from something. Because sometimes you just
did I do it on purpose? No one really knows, but yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm willing to sacrifice a few fingers to get out of mowing the lawn.
Katie, step away from the John Deere. Georgie, good morning.
Hiya, how are you?
Good. What have you been banned from?
my older brother and I, we used to do the bread and wine every morning when we were young kids at church.
Yeah.
And one morning we decided to drink the wine and eat the bread, and we got banned from church.
Oh, my goodness. How old were you?
About 8 and 11.
Oh, God.
But you were just trying to take in the blood and body of Christ. What was it?
Right, we were. Yeah, it was the best thing that ever happened to us.
Thanks, Georgie.
Why is that a bad thing? Oh, my gosh. It's a really different variety of goals this morning.
Yeah.
Really good stuff.
I think Chloe needs to take home the $250 ASICS voucher. Chloe, you there?
Yes.
Well done. Congratulations. We're going to give you a new
thank you very
pair of runners so you can run away from that Korean barbecue and not get caught when you want to steal glasses.
Yeah.
I'll send you the fishbowl in return.
Good on you, Chloe.
Ran into your old boss of your first job here in Adelaide, which was at Globalise, which is no longer in existence. Probably a reason for that. And you used to get 50% off Travesty T-shirts.
Yeah.
And that was your great work perk, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was really good at the time. I was really, really cool. I'd go out with these Travesty T-shirts on and go home alone at 2 a.m. and go to bed. I was like, I was wearing my best travesty tee. What's going on? What's going on with the ladies these days? I don't get it.
What's wrong with them? Why isn't this working?
Yeah.
Camera guy Josh joins us now. You had a work perk?
I did, yeah. So my first job was at Subway. I was a sandwich artist. And
How do you? Did you have a badge that said sandwich?
yeah, actually,
You were
sandwich
such an artist,
in training. And once per shift, I would get to make myself a sub, but I'd work with 2 people over the shift, so I would make 2.
Yeah.
And
Right.
then 2 turned into 4, and then maybe 5, and I started stocking up my fridge at home with subs.
Wow.
And then the boss caught me on the security camera, and I no longer work at Subway.
Yeah.
Oh, you're no longer an artist.
Greedy artist. That's what happens, mate.
So sad.
Take advantage of the systems. Let's go to Amanda and Olga. Good morning to you, Amanda.
Hello, how you going, guys?
Going very well,
Good.
thanks.
What was your work perk?
Well, I used to work in a frozen chip factory, and I could get as much frozen chips as I wanted, and
Yeah.
boxes and boxes of 15 kilos of chips.
15 kilos.
That's
My
really
freezer was always full. It was
Yeah.
great.
Are we talking your crinkle cut, your standard, your French fries? What were they, Amanda?
Oh, it was a bit of variety. They did a bit of crinkle cut, shoestring, whatever I wanted. I could grab the box. It was good.
Just living the dream.
shoestring. So hard to go past that, isn't it?
The old shoestring.
Very nice.
Probably the worst chip, actually.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, there's nothing. There's no potato in it. It's
Okay.
just like
This
all
is-
fat.
This isn't chip chat, okay? It's work perks. Good morning to you, Hayden.
Hey, how you doing?
Good, thanks, mate. What was your work perk?
I actually used to work as a promotional model, and I was actually working for Pringles as the Pringle Man.
You were the Pringle Man.
You got
Yeah.
you got one of those great big moustaches, do you?
I actually do as well.
Yeah, right.
I've been called a Monopoly Man a few times.
Mr. Pringle. Good stuff.
okay.
So, because Pringles aren't cheap. That's a good perk.
No. Well, I was working as the Pringle Man, and the guy at the end of the gig, he was just like, "Oh, I work in Sydney. I don't know what I'm going to do with all these extra Pringle cans." And he was just like, "Oh, do you want to take some home?" I was like, "Yes." And I pulled up my station wagon and just loaded the whole car.
Actually, what I
And
did.
then my parents' garage was just filled to the brim with just Pringle cans for months.
Yeah. Well, before we let you go, though, all sorts of flavours, or what are we talking?
We weren't doing chip chat, and now you're doing it.
Oh, like we had the original sour cream and chives and the salt and vinegar.
Yeah, very good. Sour cream chives for the win, I would have thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, very good stuff.
Cost you about $14 on the Virgin flight on the way back for a can that big.
Yeah, and you're like, oh, I'm not paying for that. Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
Good morning, Michelle. What was your work perk?
Yes. Hello. I've been a nurse for years, so I think my biggest perk was the colonoscopy.
There it is. That's for the win. That's right.
The doctors tend to look after us.
How much? So then, how regularly, Michelle, are you getting a colonoscopy when it's on the
I
house?
only have the one.
You've only had one. Okay. I don't know if we should delve too far into this, but what's the feeling like? What's the sensation of having a colonoscopy?
Oh, it's not nice.
Imagine it would be.
I'm sorry you call it a pack when it was free.
Yeah. That's an outstanding work perk. All of a sudden, I wouldn't be so scared of the doctor.
No. Do you
for
feel
colonoscopy.
cleaner though, Michelle,
Oh,
after it?
Jeez.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah,
I
jeez.
feel very cleansed, I guess.
Hey, Michelle, That is a very good work perk, so we appreciate that.
We got a hose in the bathroom here if you want.
That's the other cheap alternative.
Adelaide's Jody.
Oh, boy. I love scary stories.
Yeah.
Like, I
so
love
good.
anything paranormal.
Just cards on the table here. I 100% believe in the spirit world and ghosts.
Do you?
Oh, there has to be something out there.
You've genuinely seen a spirit, though?
I've felt presences, yes.
Okay.
And I've had clairvoyant readings where the clairvoyant got taken over by a spirit.
Yeah.
Yep.
How hungover were you the next day? Do you know what? Who's someone who's very ghoulish? And that is newsreader Abby.
Abby.
So if the ghosts were going to be in touch with anyone, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
I have a bit of a story for you. So in my childhood home, basically we always had to make sure our beds were made in the morning before we go to school.
Yeah.
Anyway, and Mum used to come home. She'd get a bit angry because she'd walk in and it was almost like we had made our bed and then jumped on it. And she was like, what is going on? Anyway, I can't remember if it was my auntie or if it was another clairvoyant, but they said, you've got 3 kids and an older gentleman that are in the house. And it's funny because my sister Tamara, she always used to get freaked out in the room that we used to share as little kids, and she never wanted to be in there, so she ended up moving.
Yeah.
Anyway, so one day Mum comes home and she's had enough and she's like, right, that's it. So she's like, right, all of you, I've had enough of this. I've got to come and remake the beds. You're out. And the rumples on the bed stopped after that.
Oh, my gosh.
But the funny thing is that, so she banished them. Out they go. You have to go and play outside. Off you go.
To the ghost.
To the ghost.
This is the ghost.
Yep, this is the ghost. So she does that, but then one day it's 40 degrees outside and she feels bad. And so she goes outside and she goes, guys, you can come and play inside for today because it's really hot out here and I don't want you to get too hot. So she brought them back in.
And
anyway,
they loved it.
Yeah.
Back inside, guys.
And so Abby's mum is outside going, have you guys got your sunscreen on?
Yeah.
Have you ghosts got your sunscreen on?
Do you need some water? I've got watermelon here. I'll cut some up for you. But yeah, so we had an older man and 3 kids who used to run around our end of the house, apparently.
Wow. Do you know what was their demise? How they left this earthly plane?
I have
Was
no
it something
idea.
sinister?
I'm going to go with that because, you know, I'm a true crime freak.
Yeah.
So I would, maybe it could have been. But they were, 3 little kids. He was an older gentleman. And even now, when I walk down that end of the house, I always have to put a light on no matter what. And Dad made a comment about it the other day and he goes, your mother cannot go down that end of the house without putting a light on. And then I was like, oh my God, I do that as well.
Yeah, right. Okay.
So we seem to be in tune with the spirit world.
The other message here is that you've got to be firm with ghosts.
Yeah.
Can't stress that enough.
It's got to be boundaries.
Yeah, you've got to set boundaries.
Yeah.
Particularly children ghosts.
Yeah.
Okay. 13, 24, 10. Have you had a ghostly encounter? I love these stories so much. Give us a call.
I'm getting chills right now. Let's go to Neo. G'day,
sorry.
Neo. Hey, Neo, you're 11. Take us through it. What's the ghost encounter?
Okay, so the woman in our house before we moved in,
Yeah.
she died in my mum's bedroom.
Oh, gosh.
And I've noticed that it's been cold, even though it's the cold winds, even though it's not cold.
Yeah.
The doors keep opening and closing.
Yes.
And after that, my sister was so scared she staged the house.
She saged the house. Oh, yeah.
Good
yeah.
move,
For anyone
good
who doesn't
move.
understand that, that's just like you burn sage to get rid of any bad negative spirits out of your home.
Wow.
Wowee, Neo.
Jeez, Neo.
Do you get scared?
I am a bit, I do get scared a bit.
Yeah. Now, you got to be firm with the ghosts. You got to tell them who's boss, all right?
I know. Yeah.
Thank you, Neo. Let's go to Stacey. Your ghostly encounter, Stace.
My ghostly encounter is kind of sweet rather than scary.
Right.
We like that.
So my grandfather passed away when I was 5 months pregnant. We were very close with him.
Yeah.
And when I had my son, it wasn't like he was only a few weeks old. I had just fed him and he had one of those bibs on that like goes straight over your head. Like you can't undo it.
Yeah.
I put him down for a nap and I still had the bib on and I'd forgotten. So I'd come back to take it off and it was off of his head, folded up neatly at the top of his cot. And he was also tucked in the exact same way that my grandfather used to tuck me and my brother in.
My goodness. Oh,
And
wow.
my son's actually here and he wants to say hello.
Oh, hello.
Hello. Hello. Oh, my goodness. That's goosebump stuff. Can you stop with the goat, please?
That is amazing, Stacey. That's an incredible story.
Yeah, there's been others like involving my son. He sat up once, like in the middle of the night while I was sitting next to him, and just said to me, "Mum, Papa loves you and he loves me." And I was like, "Oh, okay." And he's like, "Yeah, he's sitting at the end of my bed."
Oh, wow.
Oh, my goodness. That is unbelievable, Stacey.
That's incredible.
Thank you so much for your call. Let's go to Sharon for your ghostly experience.
Hi, guys. Look, I was working really late at my school. I was a teacher, and this night I felt like, I just need to finish off what I'm doing and get out of here for some reason. I just had this weird feeling.
Yeah.
And as I was walking down the corridor, I had to walk past the glass panel, and as I turned to look, there was a male figure in the glass panel, and you know how you have that sense that someone's yelling at you but you can't hear them? It's that yelling sound all around you.
Yeah.
Well, that's how I felt, and I was just running to the door, trying to get out of the door, and then I had to get my husband to come back and help me lock up afterwards. And then when I was telling my colleagues about it, many other colleagues had a similar, well, not the same experience, but an experience with a ghost or a figure in that same space. So consequently, that was the very last time I do late night work.
Yeah.
And,
so Sharon,
anytime we've had a parent meeting, I've never been the last person to leave.
So Sharon, categorically, there could have been no one in the school grounds.
Oh, absolutely not. No, it was locked up. It wasn't a space where someone could have been standing behind or standing to, reflect an image.
Oh my God.
But the weirdest thing, and I'm still getting palpitations thinking about it now, was that that yelling sound, but there was no sound. Like it was, someone was just yelling at me, there was sort of no sound. But oh my God, I'm still...
Meantime, the year 6 kids are like, didn't we get Miss Sharon real good that night? She worked late.
Mind you, yes, it could have been a muck-up day.
Oh, dear. Thank you. Jamie, good morning. Your ghostly encounter. This is unbelievable stuff. Go.
So it was actually my grandmother. It was about 10, 12 years ago. She had one of those CD players in her lounge room. Yeah. And during the night, because my grandmother likes Eminem, she had a CD in there. So during the night, it would play just randomly, and she would have to keep getting up and turning it off. And then she had a medium come out to obviously talk to her, and found out it was her mother keep turning it on because she liked it.
Yeah, right.
Did you say Eminem?
Yes, Eminem, yes.
It's like everyone's just relaxing, and then all of a sudden...
All right, now lose it.
Oh, my God.
Wow. Oh, Nan's at it again. Oh, God. Wow, that's unbelievable.
Some good stories in there.
That's amazing.
Wow.
You're sufficiently freaked out?
Oh, I'm very, very freaked out.
I've got goosebumps and I feel cold.
Yeah.
God, if Eminem starts playing tonight...
Also, reassuring that goats have good taste in music. Oh, thank you for your calls. These horrible workplace habits. And on that as well, best call this morning, $100 Reading Cinema voucher and $200 Beach House voucher. Little article popped up, Joe. It's on news.com, and that's where I go for all my information. It really guides me. Just a list of the disgusting, horrible things that maybe your co-workers are doing. I feel like this space at Nova, it's actually pretty good. It's actually pretty good. I'll go through some of these with you, though.
Okay.
My first one is taking your shoes off.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. I work at a different workplace where a couple of people take their shoes off. And it doesn't even have to smell. You just don't take your shoes off.
I love it how you're like, I work at a different workplace. We all know you work at Channel 7, mate.
What do you say? What do you mean? Oh, it's Ixnay with the Channel 7. Another one. Eating loud food at your desk.
Oh.
I mean, that's a no-brainer, isn't it?
I'm a bit of a celery fiend, so I kind of do that. But I'm very conscious of it.
You sound like it's bloody feeding time with that celery.
I know, but I try to be conscious of it. I try to nibble and go.
Yeah, well, do you do it with your mouth shut?
Yeah.
Well, that's fine then.
Thank you, Abby.
Okay. People reheating food that shouldn't be reheated.
Ooh.
In particular, fish.
Oh, no.
Salmon, tuna, and it stinks out the whole place. But maybe spicy foods in general as well.
Yeah. No, it's a good point.
Yeah.
We had had someone in another place that I work as well do like literally a roast lamb in the oven.
Yeah.
Work at lunch, and it stunk out the whole new room.
See, and every single workplace there's vegans.
Oh, yes.
Creates some separation, doesn't
Oh,
it?
I know, it really does.
Yeah, and finally for me, people who, when you do have your food, comment on what you're eating.
I like that. I do that. I'm that person. I always go, oh, what's that? Where did that come from? Did you make that last night? Oh, no!
I hate you. Oh, what do you got there? Well, clearly it's a sandwich, Derek, you knob, for goodness sake. What do you want me to offer you a bite? I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, and then Jodie wants a bite.
Yeah. Get your hands off my food.
Someone snapped my head off once because I was like, oh, what have you got for lunch? And she's like, stop asking me every day
Yeah.
what I have.
And you're like, oh, what's the weight of it? You're picking it up, like catching it. Oh, it's quite heavy, isn't it? What's the texture like? What does it feel like on my face? As you smuggle.
So also on that list was there taking your retainer out and leaving it on.
Oh, hang on a sec.
Was there
Hang on.
taking your Birkenstocks off and leaving them on the desk as well?
No.
Were any of those things there?
What do you mean?
Because when you
I just said before, we have a really good workplace. Okay?
when you take your retainer out, it's like, can you remember off Ghostbusters there was that character called Slimer?
Yeah.
And like all the saliva just goes like across the whole city. That's literally what happens when you pull yours out.
Yeah, Slimer had an issue with binge eating, didn't he? And he used to rarely chew. Well, that's good feedback.
Yeah.
Well, I'm actually going all right then. If it's just a Birkenstocks around my desk occasionally or just
randomly on my
retainers.
desk. There's a few other things I'd say.
Last week, Hazy every morning comes in with a piece of toast and peanut butter in the office in the morning. Last week, I watched him drop it peanut butter side down on the carpet.
No, he didn't.
Pick it up and
No, he
eat
didn't.
It.
What
3 second rule.
what should I have done?
You're an animal. If it's got peanut down, that means there'd be fluff, there'd be gross carpet stuff on
Wow.
there.
Hey, thanks for completely turning on me in this break as well. We were trying to have a shot at everybody else.
Doesn't work like that in here.
Okay.
Let's go to Ryan. Good morning, Ryan.
Good morning. How are you?
Good. What does your co-worker do?
I've got a couple of employees that don't tell me they're going to be late until they're already 5 minutes late. So I'm sitting there waiting for them for 20, 30 minutes every morning.
Oh, my gosh, that infuriates me because if someone sends you a text maybe half an hour before they're going to be late, Ryan, it's instantly forgiven because you can sort of plan and prep. But when you're sitting there and they're already late and say, I'm going to be late, and you go, yeah, well, no, you know what, Sherlock?
Yeah.
It's just disrespectful.
Yeah, that's it. I'm sitting there when I could have been going to get a coffee or something.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
And you know what it says? You know what message that sends, Ryan? That's essentially like saying my time is more precious than yours.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
Hey, Brian, and you know why this is so ironic? Because most mornings, Jodie Oddie is late.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but she thinks I'm not going to expose that on air because she said something along, it's really disrespectful, those sorts of things.
Oh, listen,
Scandalous.
Scandalous indeed.
Excuse me, Ryan. Do I never not do my job? Do I never not get things done?
Excuse me, Ryan, why are you having to go at Ryan? Poor Ryan, just caught up.
Don't try and turn everything round on me now because that's what we did to you. Let's go to Megan. Good morning.
Good morning, how are you?
Good. Gross habits in the workplace.
Yeah, it's gross. So I hope anyone hasn't just had breakfast.
Yeah.
So I have a co-worker that instead of blowing their nose, spends the day snorting their snot back. Yeah. So all day, it's like a little piggy comes in the office and all we hear is all day.
So I think that's what they call in the medical profession hocking a loogie.
Yeah.
Is it not? Oh, yuck.
Yeah, wow. So are you ever tempted, Megan, just to give forth a bit of feedback?
Oh, look, sometimes, yeah. I'm not sure they know they're even doing it, to be honest.
Yeah, that's the problem, isn't it?
Yeah, that is the problem. I'm now attuned to someone in our workplace in the other one who blows his nose with alarming regularity.
Wow.
Like, I'm talking once every half an hour, Megan, and
Yeah.
I can't unhear it now.
Hey, Megan, don't get us started on hanky users.